especially for y'all, how can we do this together?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh.
See how
This is a new episode of MC Circle. I've got my guest here, Caveman. What was your name?
Fatal.
Fatal, that's right. I knew it was something killer-esque.
Yeah.
And what was your name?
Nez.
Nez, that's right.
Sir.
Okay. We just met.
Yeah.
Forgive me on that
A few
one,
minutes
guys.
ago, yeah.
No, I mean, if y'all are cool with Caveman, you're cool with me. I love his stuff that he's putting out. Very West Coast-esque. From what you were saying, I'm really interested to check out your music.
Yeah.
And do you make music?
Yeah, I make
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah.
We got
With
the
a
MC
working
Circle.
party. With a working party, yeah.
I'm gonna have to link with y'all after this, but
Sure.
I mean, this is the podcast where we talk about hip hop. So, I saw y'all looking at a bunch of different albums in there.
Yeah.
You didn't display one yet, so go ahead and display one. This one y'all chose?
Right off the top is dope. We got a few we could choose. I mean, we got it all, man. You got a beautiful collection right here.
Thank you.
You got a gorgeous collection. Got a lot of really good stuff.
There's what you got. Got to pick one from theirs too.
Hey, which one would you
You want
choose?
some Creedence Clearwater?
Over the two.
Over the two?
Yeah.
Hey, crazy.
If I had to pick over the two, I'm definitely gonna go into the Wu-Tang. The
Wu-Tang?
36 Chambers. You cannot be an MC in this day and time without going into the 36 Chambers. He wouldn't be where he'd be without going into the
That's a
36
fact.
Chambers.
That's a fact. That's
Okay.
foundation type shit, right?
Foundation. Yeah, because one thing about it, there's standards being reset. You know, standards being unclaimed. There's meccas being denounced. I'm from the South primarily, but I do give my respect to the East Coast because that's where it started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people could take that and run with it. You can call me a brown nose or whatever the fuck. But the truth is set in stone. And like I stated and stand on, this man won't be able to do whatever he did without stepping into the 36 Chambers first.
You see, one of my favorite, like, I don't know, I don't pull much inspiration from him, but one of my favorite artists is Old Dirty Bastard.
Yes.
Old Dirty Bastard is
One man army, a son.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Just his story, like that's one of those people that just fascinate me. Did you see the show that they did, like the biopic show that they did?
I watched all the way up to the second season. The reason I stopped because we started doing what we needed to do.
Yeah.
And we started writing our own season, so I didn't want to really,
Yeah.
see how they're in because we're still right in our middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. So how do y'all know each other? How did it? Are y'all a group?
Yeah.
So what is it exactly?
We are the working party.
Okay.
We established as a collective. Essentially, the most simplest way I can explain it, break it down to them the same way I break it down to everybody else.
Yeah.
We're a bunch of chiefs trying to get shit back to the village.
Okay.
We're not just a group, we're a movement.
Okay.
You know, a lot of the stuff that we incorporated to our music comes from the heart. So some of it, majority of it, all of it comes from God primarily. I can't take any credit outside of what we've established in the connect, and I can't speak on their terms as far as what they established in their brand because we're always growing. It's a working party. There's no sole leader. We play our roles and we move accordingly.
That's awesome. That's exactly the type of attitude I want around me. So, yeah, that's dope, man.
To give you a little more gist of it behind it, this man is the soul. This man is the brain. I so happen to be the executioner.
Okay.
Not an easy road.
I'm the executioner.
Soul being because behind the music, let's say 21, it was around 20, it was like the brunt of COVID.
Yeah.
Like brunt of COVID, and we started solidifying a little bit more.
It was around there.
I was new to the music aspect. I started in spoken word when I was in DC. He reached out, and then we started talking music. Then he gifted me Logic Pro. And then from there, we started just laying tracks. I had another buddy of mine. He pretty much coached me into my skills as far as MCing, and he gave his life to God. So just out of respect, let him branch off into his own divinity. And as far as Nez been at it for what? Help him out, bro.
Shit. I say they kind of got me into it. The one buddy that he's talking about, the one who gave his life off to God, he was the one who kind of got me into it. Him and Cave like really got me into it because I've always been interested in like creating beats and shit like that. But my lifestyle just never had like the time. I didn't have the equipment. Like I was fast paced shit, and I was like, man, I love this shit, but I just don't got time for it. And then like Cade came around and he is actually like doing this shit, and he is like, hey, like I'm getting started on this stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, like okay, like let me earn a little bit. And then so my one man, the one who gave his life to God and shit, he had put me on with Cave, and then they was like, man, you from New York, like come in here and come spit some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I was like, I don't even write. I don't really do that. Plus, I'm not even trying to be a rapper. I ain't trying to do all the other stuff. Like I'm just trying to make beats. But like they was like, nah, man, like come in here, come do something. And it was trash. But like, but like that, on some real shit though. It was like it was dope though. Just like it's like that energy and everything in the room, and like all the love that they had in me, and then plus like that one boy that's my brother, and then he is like, yo, Cave is my brother, and this is like, yo, that's love, then that's my brother, then you know what I mean. So it was just all love from the jump, like it really was, and then like.
Yeah. I think that energy is what artists chase more than the perfection. You know what I mean? Like it's more of like the camaraderie and the respect that you get from your peers than actual like the exact lyrics or the exact perfect beat. Yeah. It's more of like coming to that blank canvas and being like, okay, how can we do this? And especially for y'all, how can we do this together?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh. See how you
Gotcha.
That's what we're here for. Exactly. Got each other back.
It's a fucking superhero.
You got a cape on under
there. Boxing, bud.
Spiders.
Got that shit.
Oh yeah, that's also my boxing coach too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then a lot of West Coast influences.
So I should watch myself talking trash.
Hey, shit, this big ass.
He said he ain't there yet. You can say it.
But yeah, tell them a little bit about the soul, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, everyone perceives music differently.
Yeah.
And they have their own, of course, everyone has their own influences. Everyone has their own reason of why they start their art. Because you got to have balls to start and perform in front of people. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a fucking big set of nuts.
Yeah.
So to believe in yourself that much and actually go out and do it, something not a lot of people do. I was just talking to my partner about it. I was talking to my chick, and I was telling her like, yeah, like it's crazy because a song he released called "Levitate," my Nez, on Spotify. He had a line in there, and I remember we talked about it too for a while.
Boy, that shit hit my soul. Boy.
And they said you had a dream and you ain't chase it. To me, that didn't make sense. That's
what
he said.
That don't even make sense.
And I stopped and I sat there like, this motherfucker talking to me.
Talking shit.
I'm about to call you. Talking shit. And I was talking to my chick about it too, and I was like, man, like that shit's real though. A lot of people they don't do that. And me personally, I base my music. I've been making music for not too long, but I've been performing music for a very long time. Very long time, years. It's been decades at this point. And I've been performing music. So.
Honestly, that's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Just so you have those skills. And
yeah.
It's all right, how do I want to do my own thing now?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I like to make my own beats. I like to make beats. It's something I enjoy doing, and for me, the soul, it's that feeling that you get, that real sentimental feeling. To me, my music is real sentimental to me. So it's like, maybe I should have put this out. Maybe I should put this out.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should have. But this sucks. I don't like it. But you say it's a bop. Fuck you. You're lying to me.
I don't trust you.
Yeah, like
the
it's like
contest
that.
says otherwise.
Yeah, the contest says otherwise. Yeah. So that's like I base my standing on music purely out of emotion and feeling, because music, it's a very emotional thing to do. So that's what I like to base it off of. And yeah, I mean, it's going pretty good so far. I just released my first single officially,
Oh,
Radiation,
Through your bone.
Yo.
out on YouTube, Spotify,
y'all hear that?
all music platforms, Apple Music, whatever you want. Radiation by Fatal. So yeah, if you listen to something like that, then it's like it's just a smooth song, just smooth, like a conversation.
So
The
you
way I
like
explained it to
coastal.
him, it's you gotta flirt with the music.
Yeah.
You gotta flirt with the music. If you I feel like if you go a little too hard on things, you're just gonna be seen as that person. If you mix it up all the time, you're gonna be seen as good on every angle.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something that a lot of people miss. There's a lot of people that miss it, and they don't really hit all the angles. They want to rap, but they don't want to do this. And they
How
don't
do
wanna
you
do this, they
find the
don't wanna do this.
balance? How do you
It's a
find the
balance, yeah. And we're just talking
Yeah,
about that
we
in
just talking about this. It's
like literally 20, 30 minutes ago. It was a balance.
This is good.
Yeah, yeah. And we're just talking about that balance. So
Yeah.
the way that I find the balance personally is I'll convey myself to that point in time when I thought about that, or however I was feeling at the time that I wrote
You
that.
gotta feel it.
So there's certain songs that we've made together to where like it was a situation, like the time was there's something big going on.
Yeah.
Like we made a song called Newsfeed in the middle of the France protests, the French protests out there.
Oh,
That's what shit.
man.
Yeah.
That's what shit.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
We made a song called Newsfeed at that time, and like
we had
I conveyed my emotion to that as if I was in France protesting with them.
Oh, yeah.
And then if it's like a smooth song and I feel like it's gonna be smooth and I already wrote it, then it's like you have to really put yourself back into that position where you were when you wrote it or when you thought of it or when you figured it out. So if it's a love song and right now you're fucking heartbroken or like you're mad as fuck, whatever, you really gotta zone in on remembering how that felt. It's difficult. It is difficult because you know you're not always gonna be in a good mood. You're not always gonna be in that place.
Yeah.
So you gotta really take yourself from point A to point B and put yourself back in that place to make that music.
I got a question. So, what if, and this is probably a question more for like just artists out there, not the people, you know, who just listen to music, but like, what if that place is so, like, you need to get it out? Because music is primarily, for me, therapeutic.
Right.
So, what do you do when that place that you were, you know, you need to go to get the song out,
Your comfort zone.
it is too hard to go to? Like, for instance, like I have a couple songs that I've had to go through about, you know, my brother dying. That's hard to go back to, that feeling that I was feeling. So, what do you think the remedy is for like going back to a place that hurts too bad when you're in that creative space?
You know, there's never really an easy answer to it.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because I wrote a song, "Far from Creation." You remember that tune? Yeah, and it's a really emotional song, very emotional. And that like something like that, for example, there's no easy way around it. You have to bring those memories back. You have to tangle with those memories. You have to put yourself back in that position. You may cry about it. You're gonna be upset about it. That's where you are. That's who you are. And there ain't no getting around that. That's who you are. And putting that in your music is the most authentic form of artistry that you can give.
Yeah, because you have to be vulnerable to actually
Very
create
vulnerable.
good art.
Right. Exactly.
Can I ask something real quick?
Yeah.
Off of what he was saying, you do have to face the truth.
Yeah.
If you're not facing it, you're running away from it.
Yeah.
So in order to do that, you have to tap your roots. This is for every artist, any artist, listen, any genre, hip hop, rap, soul. Even if you pluck a string on a violin, you have to look back, know where you started in order to get to where you're going. Because if you're stagnant in the position you're at, it's because you're not looking forward, or you're not centered around what's gonna project your purpose. Whether it be for your brother, whether it be for your son, whether it be for anybody, any purpose you have that drives you, you have to hold on to it. Go back to the first page if you need to, and then catch yourself back up into it. That's the only way. That is the only way you get back in or out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
That's right.
Stay on purpose. Stay on pen.
And it sucks, like your situation. It sucks, but you have to go back to that place.
If
You have to
don't-
put yourself back to that place.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're not doing yourself justice. That authenticity, the way I look at it is that you really don't make music for the people. You make something you want to hear,
Yeah.
that you enjoy, that
Make
you
it for-
will repeat.
For yourself.
And if you repeat it and it makes you tear up, but someone else is like, that sucks, then, I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but you enjoy that music, and that's
Yeah.
what you want to listen to. And if you like it, I guarantee you another million people are going to like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's authentic. It's something people can relate to. Relating to music, related to something, is always going to bring those people in, like-minded people. That's where, like your fans come in, right? Like
Yeah.
those like-minded people, because they see something in you that they relate to themselves, so they're willing to lend you their ears, lend you their time, lend you their space, for you to be vulnerable with them, and they be vulnerable with you. It's a real connection that you start to get after a while, and that's the it's hard, but you got to do it like that. That's how you have to
That's
do it.
one way to get balanced. There was this one quote from this wise MC, and I'm gonna let the people, the listeners, the audience, try to gauge who I'm talking about. This is something for the MCs. But you're only funky as your last cut. You focus on the past, your ass will be a half butt. So I'll let you know after this, but for whoever's listening, if you can find that bar, throw it in the comments. You're only funky as your last cut. You focus on the past, your ass will be a half butt.
Yeah, that's kind of like an ongoing theme for this podcast, because it's kind of like I'm in the place of evolving, because I've kind of done, like, it's weird because, like, I kind of perfected what I do. Does that, like, as good as I think I'm gonna do it? Because my last album that I did, like my first album, it was a little shaky. And then by the time I went through a couple,
Talking about Immortal, the album.
yeah, Immortal, instead of trying to do it better than I did before, let me try and do something different. So that's kind of the spot that I'm at. It's like, I think anybody can reach a point where they kind of get, like, good at something to the point they get bored of it.
Yeah,
Content, yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like,
Done that with alcohol.
okay. What-
it's true.
it's like, what else can I do? Because right now, I think someone, I forget who asked me specifically, but someone asked me, like, what kind of music do you do? Or what kind of music do you listen to? And I was like, lately I've been listening to 60s music. Because I'm not trying to pull inspiration from the same things that
Right.
I did before. So I think anyone who studies hip hop, they actually, like, keep growing, because there's so much depth to the genre going back. So I think anyone who doesn't study should start, because you have to go back to things like Wu-Tang to understand things that come out today, like Dan from Kendrick. You know what I mean? And even before Wu-Tang, even the stuff prior to hip-hop, it's like these guys, when they started, they were sampling old music.
Yes.
Yeah,
They were going for a vibe and a concept that had already been done before. So instead of, like, pulling from something that's been sampled 3 or 4 times before, go back to the basics, because odds are there's something out there in all of music that hasn't been done before.
Yes. It's subjective. It's like cooking. Like when we get in the studio, we literally say we're about to cook.
Yeah.
Every single time you add your own
Add
seasonings,
your own little things in the
add
pot.
your own flavor. Sometimes you got other people's recipes in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Like we just cut a song. Can I talk about
Go ahead.
it? Boy, Nez got some heat on the way.
Okay.
It's in order, us to do our thing, we still provide positivity for the world, but there's a Black Boy Joy movement going on. And behind what he wants to incorporate, I'm gonna let him speak on his behalf, but just from what you just stated and from what he put into the atmosphere, we were able to create some shit that could damn near change the world if we do it right.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? So there's elements that we have to pull from, whether it's in hip hop, how hip hop is a derivative of reggae. There's elements that we pull from each other that comes out into the track.
Yeah. I like reggae.
Iron sharpen iron.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. But yeah, on that track specifically, like when I made that song, shit, I shed a tear when I was just making it and shit. And then like I wanted to follow a certain type of theme with it.
Yeah.
And then like I tossed it out the cave and I'm like, yo, like add something to it. But I definitely was aiming for a certain type of like theme. And like Cave got on there, bro, and like I'm listening to it and I'm just like, yo, like this is not following that theme that I necessarily want, but bro, like do you just hear like it's just the way how he came in and he did it, and then you just listen to the lyrics and you feel it. It's not, you don't just hear it, you feel it. And I'm just like, now we keeping this. Like
we got blessed, bro.
Like, yes, for real, for real.
Shout out to the lovely Sacred Fantasy. She pulled up there. She did her thing. She did it justice.
Yes, sir.
It's beautiful when you go into the studio and you get something that you weren't expecting, but you love it even more than what you thought.
Yeah, you gotta go in there with an open mind. Like for real, for real. Like I love whenever, like I don't want to like when I throw it out there, like it's to a point where for that specific song I was looking for a theme, but it's like whenever I throw something out there and I'm looking for like a feature or something, it's just like I actually genuinely want to hear like how that person, like, like I'm not looking for something specific. I want to hear what you got. Like, what's your creative? Like, I'm always open to that, like, creative, like, output or review from other people. And then I believe we can merge that. We could always make that work in some kind of way or some type of aspect.
Merge.
I love that shit. we got something on the way, though, for real.
I'm excited to hear it, man.
Let me ask you something, brother.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you pulling off from different genres, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever noticed, like, you listen to metal before?
Sounds familiar.
That sounds familiar. So you know how like in metal bands, right?
Oh, you said metal?
Yeah,
metal.
Oh, okay. I thought you said meta. I was like,
oh fuck no.
I was like, is that a new rapper? I don't know.
No, metal. So like, you know how like the tempo changes, right? So like same thing with DJs. DJs have to cut in between the break, just like back in the day when the reggae parties, when hip hop started, they started at the block parties. They would take they would say rewind, and they'll take the drum roll and loop it up back and forth, and everybody dance, shake. They do that.
Yeah.
There's ways you can blend in genres with your music, whether you're producing or you're using your vocals, just by studying and learning it.
Yes.
The thing I learned about metal bands like Cannibal Corpse, Megadeth, Metallica, and he'll attest to it too.
Metallica's a shit, by the way. Shout out Metallica.
A lot of their variations in their songs, not every song, but a good majority of it, which is why you have heavy metal, death metal, and all sorts of shit. They incorporate tempo changes, which is not easy to do.
Yeah.
It's easy for us to press loop and then hear back and forth for 4 measures, but to literally take an instrument, go from one measure in between or half of a measure, and just literally go from that shit is not easy. I cannot stress that, bro. Help them out, bro.
Without fucking up the vibe, it's pretty hard.
Yes.
Yeah. So I feel like MCs, producers, everything, in order for us to elevate, we do have to pull from different genres. We also have to pull from each other and ourselves and them inside.
And plus, that just keeps us growing. Also, like you won't be stagnant on stuff like that. Like I wouldn't label myself as an artist or a singer. I mean, as like a rapper or a singer or something. I'm more of like an artist. Like I make some pop shit, some country shit. It's like I listen to that and I feel that, and like that's like that essence is like in the music as well.
That I'm glad y'all are like coming together like a group. I miss groups. Groups are like fading.
Yeah, ain't any groups.
Yeah, everyone's going solo, and it's like there's no like. You can tell that they may be pushing themselves, but they're not pushing each other. Like, there's no camaraderie.
Iron got to sharpen iron.
Yeah.
Iron sharpens iron. That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
if my shoes untied, tell me.
Yeah.
The fuck I'm gonna be mad for?
All right.
We're just on the drive over here. We were just in the car, and he was showing me the things he was working on, and he was like, "Yeah, man, like, what you think? Give me some." I was giving him notes on everything, like real critique, like real constructive criticism, not just like because. Like you said, a lot of artists, they just like, I feel like a lot of solo artists have a lot of yes men.
Oh, yes.
A lot of like, man, that shit is dope. And then they turn behind their back like, fucking
man. Yeah, that one's not going to do great.
Yeah. And
mix that shit right.
And yeah, like
people like that.
Yeah, we don't have people like that here. Yeah. We have people that are like for with me and him, like earlier today, where I was like, oh, I don't know about that. You might want to, man. Yeah, you might want to.
Like, I like this, but I don't like it. Like, tell me where.
It's a straight up ass.
Yeah, like,
listen,
just tell him.
You got to do that different. You got to do that different. That ain't it. Yeah, like,
that ain't it.
Yeah, you got to re-record that shit. It's way too aggressive, like for no reason.
Shout out to Peace, man. Peace. Peace funny as hell. Man.
Yeah, shout out to
guys. Shout out Peace.
He's another TWP affiliate. He couldn't make it because location and time constraints. He's out in Cali right now. Chicago right now. But like he'll tell you straight up. Man. Yeah, he's not a bully, but he's a bulldog. He ain't got time to play. For real.
I prefer someone to tell me the truth. Because it's like if you're in the middle of recording, it's not that hard to change. Yeah. But to get back into the studio and change it and to have the exact same feeling, the same vibe that you were putting off before, it's a lot to get back into that headspace of that song or whatever, especially if you already feel like you've completed it. Like you're going back, it's like it feels more like a chore than actual like the creation, the canvas.
Yeah.
So
that's heartbreaker for me.
I'd rather tell somebody straight up, no, I don't like it. I think you should do it again. And if they disagree, then they disagree. But I'd rather say something, and I'd rather have somebody tell me something than me leave there like, and then they say, no, I don't like that song. And why didn't you fucking say something?
Yeah, that's what I told you a long time ago. Like a couple years ago. I'd rather be miserable knowing the truth than be happy living a lie.
Yeah.
So,
I remember that.
So that's like that ties in perfectly with what you're saying. Yeah. That's what that years ago, like when we're doing music and it's something that we didn't like. Like, hey, I'd rather be happy.
I like quotes like that. Yeah. There's a similar quote. It doesn't exactly go with what we're talking about, but I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I love quotes like that kind of flip things on its head, what people would typically do in a situation or feel in a situation.
Right.
Monologues of a man.
Yeah.
Y'all wait for this shit. Man, that's what we do. Like, we just sharpen each other. Like, he'll drop gemstones, and then I'll be able to receive them. I'll drop some gemstones. They'll be able to receive them. Like, we all have to come together and piece our knowledge in one aspect. But I give him credit because me and him will go at it about some bullshit. We'll come to a decision. We'll come, to a point. But this man right here, he'll come to a point where he have his mind analytically set to figure out the fucking solution.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like necessarily the problem solver, but the stress alleviator. Definitely got his set.
Yeah, because we'll, like I said, we ain't yes man, so we argue like a motherfucker. We put on the gloves before over some petty shit. Half the shit, but we put gloves on because of some petty shit. I'm like, motherfucker, say something stupid again. Better put these fucking gloves on. I'm gonna whip your ass.
We'll find out.
Yeah, then we sure enough, bro, for real. It's happened many times, man. It's hilarious.
Right now.
Yes,
bro. What if we did that? But what you say not wrong. There's no wrong to this. How about if we do that and align this here and put that there and we can add a little, we bring that shit together.
Like the gentle parent.
That's it. It all compliments.
Like the gentle parent with
my dad heard you say gentle parent. That ain't shit about nothing gentle.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, that's how love. That's how it is. It's all love at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. We don't hold any malice or like after we argue and shit.
Oh yeah.
We don't hold any malice. We don't hold any hatred, any grudges or anything. We just,
brothers fight.
It's just in now. Yeah, it's all love.
Trying to help each other improve
and as long
you're gonna hold your brother
good.
accountable.
Yeah, always hold accountable. I contacted him at the beginning of the year, and I told him, hey, look, I've been slacking on music. I know I need you to keep me accountable this year. I need you to help me keep me accountable. And I told him my game plan. I want to do this. I want to release this many tracks. I want to release an album. I want to do this. I need you to hold me accountable. And he does. He helped me with it. Like I wasn't gonna release Radiation, my first single, out on all platforms. I wasn't gonna release it. And then he calls me. He's like, "Drop Radiation Friday." And I was like, I was like, for what? And he's like, trust me, I'm gonna do something. I was like, all right, bet. So I was fucking like, man, I was like, fuck it. You know what? That I saw that. I was like, damn, all right, he's holding me accountable because it's already like how many months into the year and I ain't fucking dropped shit. So fuck it, let's do it. Let's make it happen, Captain. And sure enough, I mean, he made the right call because we're doing really well on streaming services right now.
Yeah. How much did you say you got?
Right now, I dropped it 4 days ago. Right now, we're well over 1,000 streams.
Oh, that's good, bro. Yeah.
Gotta add a couple zeros.
Yeah.